Let's start as always with oil, friends. The daily oil chart is stuck in a sideways trend, just like the market as a whole, and there are very few trades happening. I think this is a great time to sit on the sidelines and, for the most part, do nothing. Of course, the dollar-ruble pair, dollar-ruble, we'll get to that. It's very interesting, unlike the rest of the market. So, my expectations for long positions in oil remain the same. My opinion hasn't changed. That's it, meaning there's no entry point yet. Yes, there are no intraday entry points here, and overall, there's still no entry point. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday we'll update the high. Of this impulse candle, yes, I'll be watching, but for now, definitely not. I'm waiting for an entry point. And as I emphasize once again, in oil, so moving on, gas has a slightly more interesting situation. Why? Because something has formed here. Well, what do you think? If you really want to, you could stretch things a bit and imagine a head and shoulders pattern here. Why imagine it? Because you're waiting for trades, but in fact, I haven't had any trades at all, or maybe just 1 or 2 trades this week. So, well, I'm just making things up. Yes, I'm coming up with scenarios that I might enter myself, but I don't have a position right now. I'm saying, for example, that I could buy oil. Maybe a trade will appear. In the Telegram channel, there will be a description and a link. As for gas, this looks more like a short-term short. But for now, unfortunately, you can't really short here either, because it's still a long setup. Here, you can only try to figure out where to place a stop. Right here, around 3,210, or a bit higher, maybe 3,214. That's how you can look for something like that. The targets, then, are below 2.5H. Somewhere in this range, if you want to find a short-term trade. For now, I'm not in a position because there's not even an intraday reversal yet. Next, silver. If we consider the alternative scenario of a correction, it didn't reach this zone. As you remember, I won't repeat myself, watch the previous reviews. If we consider this, as I already said, as the first wave. This is only wave 3, somewhere near the end of wave 3, which means there should be some more growth, then some correction, and then wave 5. So there is still some time for growth here. Roughly up to about here, that's where it should end. That's the end of all this interesting action. That's why, for now, I'm also out of silver positions. Maybe you could look for something. Why did I decide to call this the third wave? I can explain in a bit more detail. Since there really isn't much else to say, I suppose I should at the very least try to give you something useful, right? And this definitely looks like the final wave occurring within the third wave. This is the fifth wave. There is still a divergence here, so for now it really looks like it. There will be more divergence. I'll probably short somewhere down to this minimum. After that you can trade the range, but for now these are just plans again. And let me remind you, there's major resistance here, divergence on the monthly and weekly charts. You have to keep all of this in mind definitely and trade from the long side. All the more so for the long term, but I definitely wouldn't, and of course I won't. So here it's more about catching some short-term moves, like with Gala, if something comes up. Nothing like that has come up yet. The situation is similar with gold. There's really nothing to add. As for the euro dollar, it's not going up, and for now, I like that. Why do I like it? Because the correlation with gold is strong. Really strong, yes, so either gold will catch up with the euro dollar, meaning it will drop aggressively, or the euro dollar will eventually gain strength and shoot up so fast you can't catch it. But for now, at this point in time, that's not happening. And for now, I still, even though the correction cycle I was expecting has already ended. Well, more or less, it's right around here, until mid-September. We're just moving sideways. I'm not joking. I'm not buying. Because it's neither here nor there. There's no entry, not even intraday, not even on the 4-hour or hourly charts. There's nothing at all. That's why I'm still out of position for now. But here, I'm leaning more toward a correction again. Again, a short-term correction, but for the long term, I'm looking for a long. Once everything corrects down here, I'll gladly buy, betting on the strengthening of the euro. Our American super indices are dominating, hitting new highs and new records. And all of this is happening without me, because unfortunately I don't chase the market, or maybe, fortunately for me, definitely fortunately. As for trades on corrections, if I were to buy, it's definitely not now. And honestly, I don't really want to buy the American market at all. There are other markets out there. I'll touch a bit on the topic of my own diversification during the webinar. I have Chinese stocks, stocks in the Arab Emirates, and an account opened in America. And diversification is great, and if I were to buy, it definitely wouldn't be America. Well, as an investor, as a long-term investor, how can you enter at such extremes? Well, probably not the right move, although there are stocks within the indices that are currently at a good level. I talked about them in the previous review. Please take a look if you haven't seen it, because today there will be absolutely nothing about the American market. Just like in the previous review, I shared all my thoughts about shorts and longs, about certain stocks, well, not all of them, but in 3 sectors of the American market, I discussed them. As for Bitcoin, well, it's starting to lift its head a little. In theory, it shouldn't go above these highs anymore, 117.5. But let me remind you, I had a video about this. According to my plans, by the end of September, we should come down here, below 100. Below 100. It's still debatable. It's still debatable. It's only September 12th, but Bitcoin knows how to do everything quickly. Let's look at the volumes. There are no signs of a reversal yet, but I still believe that the double top, which has been tested, is something we all predicted. For now, it's still growing. As long as it's growing, nothing changes. The target here is below 100, and then I'll see what happens. Well, that's all from me. Take care of yourselves, have a great weekend, and stay in a great mood. Bye.